everyone, DSP here, and welcome to the weekend preview for September 8th. It is September 8th, 2012. I had to think about that for a second because actually I'm doing this a day early again. I know last week I did it a day early because I was just coming back from vacation and a lot of people wanted to know what I was going to be doing in the next coming few days. It's kind of the same situation here where I've just finished a game. If you're watching this, I just finished uploading the Psychonauts playthrough, which we're going to talk a little bit about when we review what I've done this week. And now people are wondering, they said, Phil, well, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is on Tuesday. What are you going to do between now and then? What's your plan for this week? Is it going to be all Tekken? Because then it's all fighting games. What's the deal? So here's the deal. Let's do what we usually do. Let's recap what I did this past week. Let's preview what I'm going to do this week. I think you're going to be pleased with what I'm going to be doing this week for variety's sake, okay? So this past week, I had just come out of being on vacation for a full week in Florida, and I had to catch up on things that had kind of odds and ends that had come out during the time or released when I was in Florida, okay? And so the first thing I did when I came back on Sunday is I did the Walking Dead Episode 3 Long Road Ahead, episodic game. And let me tell you, out of all the ones I've played so far, I actually liked Episode 3 the best. Really, the story's picking up. It's taking a dark turn. Some crazy shit's happening. The cast is shifting around. If you haven't watched the Walking Dead series yet, I recommend you highly that you do. And I'm talking about the video game series, obviously. I've never seen the TV show, but the game series is outstanding. Like, I'm really hooked on it. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. And to be completely honest, even though it is an episodic game and it's unique and it's different from most other games, I'm actually liking it as one of my favorite games this year. I actually can't wait until finally when I play all 5 episodes and I'm able to do a Hateful Truth review on it, because I'm so far, like, by far better than a lot of the games, if not most of the games I've played this year. So definitely check that out, okay? Then I also had to catch up because there had been a Mass Effect 3 DLC, a story-based one called Leviathan, that had come out while I was on vacation. And this one was regarding a mysterious creature called Leviathan that supposedly had killed a Reaper at some point. And so it happens before the end of Mass Effect 3, and Commander Shepard is looking for a way to maybe recruit this Leviathan or use its power against the Reapers. And so it's a really neat side story, has some unique gameplay that's actually different from the gameplay of the entire campaign of Mass Effect 3. I really liked the DLC, so definitely check out that playthrough, okay? In addition to that, there were a couple other things that I had felt that I would want to do this week. So I actually had a chance to beat Resident Evil Revelations and New Super Mario Bros. 2. So 2 handheld games that I had been playing on the Nintendo 3DS, and I wanted to review them. So I did. I reviewed both of them this week. If you have been waiting for like portable game reviews and you want to know what I think about portable games in this, in the comparison to everything else that came out this year, you're definitely going to want to check these out. I think that a lot of people were a little bit surprised at some of the things that I said about some of these games, so you definitely want to check out those Hateful Truth reviews, okay? So in addition to all that, now I had some time because I'd actually beaten The Walking Dead and also the Mass Effect DLC within a couple days, and I said, what should I do next? And this week, actually, I believe it actually was released like the middle of last week, but Ratchet & Clank HD Collection came out, and I said, well, earlier this year, I played Sly Cooper in the Thievius Raccoonus' HD remake. I also played Jak and Daxter and the Precursor Legacy, which had an HD remake in the collection. Why not do Ratchet & Clank? So I actually played through Ratchet & Clank Part 1, HD's remake, within a couple days, and that playthrough is up on DSPGaming as well, so definitely check that out if you're interested in me playing some of these more classic PS2 games that I actually missed out during that era, okay? And then I actually beat it within 2 days, and I was like, damn, I kind of beat that quickly. I didn't think it would be that quickly. What should I do? And it just so happens that this particular week on PlayStation Network, they released the emulated PS2 version of Psychonauts, okay? Psychonauts is a game from Double Fine Studios, from the mind of Tim Schafer, who went on to make other games that, some were way more successful, some not so successful. But yeah, basically, the game came out on PSN, and I said, you know what, this is a perfect opportunity. I've got a few days, I have nothing scheduled. Rather than try to jump into anything else, this is something cool that I've wanted to play. This is a game that basically didn't sell a lot of copies when it came out originally in 2005 for the Xbox and the PlayStation 2. In fact, it's very highly touted and rated by the gaming media that this is the best PlayStation 2 game that you never played, okay? I don't know if I would go that far, but I can tell you is I really enjoyed it. It has a weird art style, but it's kind of interesting. Quirky characters, a quirky sense of humor, a really original story, gameplay that's really cool because you actually go inside of people's minds and the gameplay can change dramatically. It could be a hardcore platformer, it could end up being more of a puzzle. You could end up having to explore more and find items rather than just be about combat and platforming and stuff like that. There's big epic boss battles, really fun, and it's a pretty long game too. So I played a full playthrough of Psychonauts, and you can check that out on DSPGaming right now, okay? So that was this past week full of content, and this next week I don't think is going to be any exception. So let me explain, because a lot of people have a lot of questions. Phil, what are you playing next? Phil, what are you doing, this or that? Okay, here's the deal. There's only one major retail release this week, Tekken Tag Tournament 2. And as you know, I'm excited for it. If anyone has actually checked out DSP Street Fighter, which is my fighting game channel, where you will find the Tekken Tag Tournament 2 footage, I've actually got a cool, awesome custom background by one of my fans and graphic designers. I had it up there that, it's coming this Tuesday. I'm hyped for this. Tekken is a great game. I have not played it in a while. I'm actually very eager to try out Tekken Tag Tournament 2 and see how it works. If it's anything like Tekken Tag Tournament 1, which I get the feeling it's going to be a lot like it. But to really get my hands on a solid fighter that's not like an anime-ish fucking thing. You know what I mean? The past couple fighters I played, you had Persona 4 Arena, which, by the way, I'll say it again, I'm never playing it again because Atlas gave me a copyright strike for the tutorial mode footage of the game, which is absolutely ass-backward. Machinima told me it'll be taken away by the end of October, hopefully, but there's nothing they can do about it until then. So no more footage of that, but that's like pure anime-ish. I had Skullgirls, which was kind of an anime flair. Like all these anime fighters, anime. I like solid, more realistic fighters. And yeah, of course, Tekken has a flair and an artistic style of its own, but it's not this anime-ish kind of a deal. And a lot of people don't know this because I have not ever played Tekken on my YouTube channels, but I actually grew up with Tekken. Tekken 1, 2, and 3 in the arcades. I grew up with these games. I was a massive fan. I used to play the hell out of them. Tekken 3, I actually was a tournament winner. I actually entered tournaments in Connecticut and won them in Tekken 3. That's how good I was. But then when Tekken Tag Tournament came out, my local arcade actually never got it. And the other arcade, there was one other arcade in Connecticut that was big, and everyone played it there, okay? But I never really went, and then when I finally went and tried to play it, I realized the game had completely changed. Tekken had changed from a more straight-up fighting style, which is kind of similar to Street Fighter, and changed in Tekken Tag Tournament to it was really about landing one well-timed counter hit or combo, which would pop up your opponent into the air, doing a crazy juggle, and then tagging out and continuing the juggle into OTG, off the ground juggles, and mix-ups on the ground so the guy would have a hard time getting up. And that's really what the game ultimately became in its later iterations. Games like Tekken 4, Tekken 5 really became about the counter-hit juggles into massive combos for a lot of the major competitive gameplay. And after that, I kind of fell off. I did play it a little bit, but I never played it, super seriously or anything like that. But being that there's no other major releases, I actually want to give Tekken Tag Tournament 2 this week a really major try, meaning I want to give it a lot of time. I want to try a lot of the characters, try different combinations. I hope the game has a challenge mode so that I can try out all the different, combos and things with each character. I would like if the game had a story mode, but being that it's Tekken Tag Tournament, it's not an official, installment in the Tekken series. It's kind of like a what-if scenario. So I don't know if it's going to really have a full story mode per se, but I'm excited to play through with every character, to try out different stuff, and yeah, to even try some online play, even though I know saying that people are like, oh, he sucks online and there's lag, he's going to complain. Yeah, I probably will, but I would still like to try it online and see how it holds up. So, yeah, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is starting on Tuesday on DSP Street Fighter. I'm going to do a lot of footage of it this week. I'm going to decide whether or not I really like the game and if I should actually maybe play it competitively. Who knows, okay? Not saying that I'm going to, but I'm not saying it's out of the question. However, we still got we still got Sunday and Monday. Today's Saturday. We got Sunday and Monday before we get to Tuesday. And in addition to that, I'm sure there's going to be people who don't want to watch Tekken Tag Tournament, a fighting game. A lot of people like to watch me do my playthroughs and my Let's Plays and stuff like that. They're not really interested in fighting game footage. So, what's going to be here on DSPGaming, okay? Well, I've decided starting tomorrow, I'm going to start Sly Cooper 2. That's right. People have been asking for it. They said, Phil, this is the game that really took the series in the direction that it ultimately went in with Sly Cooper 3, and it looks like we'll go in Sly Cooper 4. That it's way different from the original Sly Cooper 1. It's way better. And people have been dying for me to play this game ever since I played Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. But as I said at that time, I was putting it on the back burner because I wanted to do other stuff. Well, I think this is the perfect time to do it because I just played the Sly Cooper Thieves in Time demo, and I forgot to actually mention that, but the demo was actually released this past week if you bought Ratchet & Clank HD. And I played it, and it was so short, it was like 10 minutes. I was like, oh, come on, you know, and I got a craving for Sly Cooper gameplay, and I can't get my fix. This will be the way to get my fix. So starting tomorrow, I'm starting Sly Cooper 2. So Sunday and Monday, all you're going to see is Sly Cooper 2 footage here on DSPGaming. Now, I'm fully aware that the game is supposed to be longer than the original Sly Cooper, and I may not beat it by Tuesday. So here's the deal. Sly Cooper 2, Monday and Tuesday, Sunday and Monday. I'm screwing up the days. I apologize because usually I film this on Sunday. So Sunday and Monday, Sly Cooper 2 here on DSPGaming. Tuesday, a release day unboxing of Tekken Tag Tournament and the release, all the official footage, launch day footage of that over on DSP Street Fighter. Depending on how that goes, I may do some more Sly Cooper 2 if I haven't beaten it yet here on DSPGaming. So what I'm really planning on doing this week is focusing on Sly Cooper Sunday, Monday. On Tuesday, focus on Tekken Tag Tournament 2, and then during the rest of the week, maybe keep playing Sly Cooper a little bit every day until finally I beat it here on DSPGaming, while over on DSP Street Fighter, I continue to play Tekken Tag Tournament 2. So that way, it won't get stale. Everyone who's interested can get their fix, and that way also I won't get burnt out on Tekken, because I'll be honest, a fighting game is fun, but once you play it for several hours, it could get boring. My hand could start to get tired, because remember I'm going to be using a joystick. So I might need to take a break, and Sly Cooper might be a good way to break up that footage, okay? So I think that would be a really neat idea. Friday. Everyone needs to tune in Friday night, and here's why. Starting this Friday, I am beginning the Hardcore Gaming Season Giveaway Contest, and I explained the full rules and the full deal about this in my last channel update. If you missed it, go check it out. If you just want to wait, you can wait till Friday. The bottom line is this. I've got 10 retail games, some of which I did play, some of which I never got to, that are just sitting around my condo right now. And there's absolutely no reason for me to hold on to them. Some of them are actually collector's edition with a lot of additional stuff. Some of them are regular edition. Some are actually unsealed games, okay? First of all, they probably have little to no trade-in value. Second of all, I don't need the trade-in money. I'll be honest with everyone. Like, I'm not, I can afford to buy the games because they're actually tax write-offs. It's the cost of business for me. So I don't need to be trading in games all the time, okay? So in this case, these particular games, I've saved up, and I'm going to be one a week giving them away. Starting with this Friday, I'm going to have the first video that starts the contest, and it's going to announce what the first game will be. It's going to explain where the thread is on my forums where you have to post up if you want to enter for this contest. I'm doing this to give back to the fans, and also because I know this is going to be the time of the year that I'm going to be getting the most views, because starting this week with Tekken Tag Tournament, it's now the Hardcore Gaming Season. Every week we're going to have major and multiple big releases that people want to see, so this is a way to pay everyone back for being loyal fans and viewers. You have a chance to win a retail game, okay? And by the way, this is worldwide. I'm not limiting it to anywhere. If you want to enter, you can enter. Now keep in mind, the Xbox games that I have are only Region 1, which means they'll only work in North America, which is the United States, Canada, and Mexico. They're not going to work anywhere else, but you might still want to enter to try to get it if you are an international fan, because maybe you want a cool souvenir with me to sign it or whatever, my autograph. Or the PlayStation games will work worldwide, because PlayStation is region free. You'll be able to play on any PlayStation. So in that case, feel free to enter for whatever you want. But that's starting on Friday. I'm really excited for that, because that's something that I think a lot of people will appreciate, being able to get a cool game and that you can actually play, but also maybe get my signature, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a fun contest, and it's going to be a fair contest, and I will, again, on Friday have this video. We'll explain the full rules then, and we'll announce the first game, and then we'll get everyone started with the registration for that contest. Okay, so that is on Friday. Saturday is up in the air right now, because here's the deal. John Rambo is in the process of getting a new car. He's actually going to be getting a car during the course of this week, okay? Now, he's not sure exactly when this is going to happen. He's also not exactly sure how quickly he'll be able to get the registration and all that transferred over to his name. If, there's a miracle, then maybe he'll be here on Saturday for co-op gameplay. I believe that there's this Double Dragon game that's being made. It's a brand new Double Dragon game with HD graphics. It's supposed to be like an Xbox Live Arcade title. And I'm pretty sure it was supposed to come out this week, but I'm not 100% on that because actually it had already been delayed and maybe got delayed again. I don't know. I haven't followed up on it in a while. But we had talked about doing that in the past when it came out. We were excited for it. And if he can make it, we're going to do co-op in that game. However, more than likely, even if he gets his car this week, it's not going to be as fast of a process as all that for him to get it in his name. So, if anything, in the least, we're going to have an audio Smart Guys next week, just like we did today. There's an audio-only Smart Guys episode up over on John Rambo Presents. We're going to do it again next week if we can't do the in-person version. If we can do the in-person version, there'll be co-op gameplay and Smart Guys. If not, you'll have an audio-only Smart Guys, okay? So that's basically the agenda, the rough agenda for this week. Keep in mind, next week is huge with Borderlands 2. John and I are going to be doing full co-op. We may have some guest players with us along the ride for that co-op, including the Air Lord, possibly one or two of my friends, possibly one or two of his friends. We have to see if we can coordinate our schedules, and actually have to talk to a couple people to see if we can coordinate our schedules. I don't think it's going to be a full 4-player co-op of Borderlands 2 the entire time, but I think we're going to at least have 2 players at a time the whole time, and then maybe we can have other people added in for big chunks of the time, but it won't be the whole time. Okay, so Borderlands 2, I'm really excited. That's coming next week. We'll have more details on that next weekend once we've worked out all the details this week. But for this week, the plan: Sly Cooper 2, Sunday, Monday. Starting on Tuesday, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 over on DSP Street Fighter are going to be a major focus this week. Every day you're going to be seeing footage of that game over on DSP Street Fighter, while I continue to play Sly 2, if I haven't beaten it yet, over here on DSP Gaming. On Friday, the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway begins. Possibly some co-op on Saturday. If not, you'll still see an audio Smart Guys. You'll continue to see Tekken Tag Tournament 2 footage. A couple other things. Panda Lee, my girlfriend, is actually also going to begin her gameplay of Tekken Tag Tournament 2 over on her gaming channel, Panda Lee Games, on Tuesday. Now, she's not a tournament-level competitor. She did grow up with Tekken Tag Tournament. It's one of her favorite games of all time. But she was never, oh, I'm so hardcore at this, and I fucking, I win tournaments, and I talk trash. She's not like that, okay? She's going to play it and try it. So if you want to see her footage of the game and her attempts at learning the game, go check it out over at Panda League Games starting on Tuesday. She's going to be doing it too. And then, depending on how we both do in the game, maybe we'll do some co-op gameplay, maybe we'll do some versus gameplay. It's possible. So I will let everyone know about that during the course of the week, obviously. Follow me on Twitter and on Facebook, and I'll let everybody know what's going on with that. Because it would be cool. I don't know, maybe the game has the ability to do 2-on-2, and then we could team up and go online and see if we can play people. I don't know. We may do that, but it's not 100%, but I think it's something cool that people might want to see. And then the last thing, what happens, Phil, if you beat Sly Cooper 2 early on? Like, let's say I beat it on Tuesday or Wednesday, and now, yes, I'm doing Tekken Tag Tournament 2 every day, but people are still maybe craving a little bit more. Well, I've still got other stuff I can do, okay? I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright is not something I'm going to be playing during the Hardcore Gaming Season because it's such a tax on my throat and on my vocals, and it's just not worth it right now. I'm not saying I'm never going back to it. I'm saying not right now. It's not going to happen, okay? But maybe I'll try Jack and Daxter 2. Maybe I'll start Sly Cooper 3 because really, Sly Cooper Thieves in Time is coming out early next year. Maybe I should play 2 and 3 before then, okay? Maybe I'll do Ratchet and Clank Part 2. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I can do. There's a lot of variety of stuff now that I kind of have left over that I don't necessarily have to rush into, but if I have the opportunity to do it, I can do it. So I have enough content now that I can work with it during this Hardcore Gaming Season. If there's only like one game out a week and I beat it early or whatever, I do have other stuff to fill the time. So you can look for that stuff coming up. I think this week's going to be a fun week because I want to try Sly 2, but I also am dying to play Tekken Tag Tournament 2. And I really think it's going to be an exciting week between the balance of the 2 games. And of course the contest on Friday I'm excited about starting as well. And then next week, of course, Borderlands 2 is going to be humongous with our co-op playthrough. So more on that as next weekend approaches, okay? Thanks a lot for watching the whole video and bearing with me. I know sometimes it's long-winded, but I have to get through all this information. So thank you for watching the weekend preview, and I will see you for gameplay this week. Peace.